Pat.
Will the councilors please take the seats? I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Supposed to take that hat off
Clerk,
during
please call the roll.
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Councilor Enright. Here. Councilor McLaughlin. Here. Councilor Todd. Here. Councilor Walker. Here. Councilor Barlow.
He is excused.
Councilor Van Buren.
Here.
Councilor Cap.
Here.
We have 6 present with 1 excused, Your Honor.
Thank you. I have no reports. Does anyone have any comments or reports? Seeing none, will clerk please call Resolution 199?
Resolution 199 is a motion to remove Resolution number 196 dated May 11th, 2015 from the table.
Councilor Todd. Second, Councilor McLaughlin. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright.
Yes.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Todd. Yes. Councilor Walker. Yes. The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 200.
Resolution 200 would authorize a public hearing regarding proposed local law number 5 of the year 2015, a local law amending local law number 2 of the year 2003, now Chapter 44, reapportionment of the Code of the City of Oswego, New York, with respect to the official map and specific boundaries of the city wards.
Councilor Todd. Second. Councilor Enright. Discussion. Councilor Todd.
I know we talked about tabling this, about tabling it. Big reason was questions as to what the actual residency was in those wards and how they were done, not the actual line boundaries. And the other question was, I know a number of us have spoken at different points, that we'd like to see them at least examine, maybe reducing the number of the council. Talking with Dave today, understanding the reality of why we have to do this, and talking with Commissioner Atkins on Tuesday, Tuesday, and speaking with him, I don't see us having anywhere around this at this point. We probably should have done this years ago or months ago. What I would ask is that if this goes through tonight, that we ask as a council that this committee stays together for the next couple of months, and they examine reducing the numbers down to 5, so that they continue. And we've appointed them to this. Let's get a real recommendation from my home. For legality reasons, they had to put this forward the way it is. And talking to some of them, talking to some of their councilors, I think that we need to at least give them the opportunity to at least make a recommendation that they have time to actually do, and see what we can do for next year or the year after that. So I'd like to ask that that committee stay on.
Well, look, the resolution is really just to have these debates.
And
I
I would
understand.
like to ask that that committee stay on.
Okay. Yes, Councilor.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly want to support what Councilor Todd was talking about with, and we've had this discussion about reducing the number down to 5, with creative ways to do it, whether it's, 4 councilors that are representing districts and 1 at large, and a whole host of options and opportunities. But I think it's time that we start to look at paring down the size of the council. I think realistically, and having been here, this is 3 terms now, and I think it could be done very, very well with 5. And I would also ask that if the mayor would keep that committee together to at least come up with some recommendations that won't upset this year's election and the terms that those individuals will serve, but subsequently at least let's start seriously looking at the reduction in the size of government at this level at the top.
Councilor Todd.
Mr. Chair, can I ask the Commissioner Elections question?
Yes.
Commissioner, if we accept this evening, yes, sir. If we accept this evening, I'm wondering, after speaking with Gabe, we'll have enough time to get this set up for June 2nd.
Well, yes. I mean, I could do the work. Could be problems, but one of the things I asked Ms. Sugar was you need to, before this can become official, you have to file this with the Secretary of State. There's a technicality there that means that I may not be able to do those changes until the Secretary of State has that filing. I will check with the state board to see if I can move these pieces and parts around prior to, but it could be a problem.
Well, that goes into my question, Mike.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, that was the first part, I'm going to answer it. The second part is, if this committee stayed together, the 5 individuals who have been appointed, and they come back, let's say October or November, with the recommendations to go to 5, how will that?
They can't do that. Number one, the charter says that you will, after you have approved this, that you will dissolve the committee. It has to be dissolved on May 31st.
Okay?
Correct, Gabe?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Technically speaking, the committee itself resolved after the report and filed. However, there is nothing to prevent the mayor and the common council from forming a new committee, same people or whomever you want, to look into the changes that you're talking about and to create a local law in the future that would reduce the number on county council and change the ward line again. And that law would probably be subject to public referendum because it would reduce the powers of some of the councilors. But I don't believe that there's any reason that that has to wait until 2020 census to do that.
Okay, well, that would be...
Can I respond to Kay? I don't want to take over your meeting, but
ahead.
checking with the state board, it's my understanding from Brian Quayle out of the state board, he's our lawyer, that you guys get to get a bite of the apple once. You can only do one reapportionment within one 10-year period, okay? And there has been case law on that. So, I mean, you want to be careful saying that, well, we're going to go ahead and do it later. You may not be able to. Especially, I will get that law for you if you would like. But it's one of those things that's why one of the problems is if you pass this tonight, which I don't have a problem either way, you may not be able to do it again in this 10-year decennium. You'd have to wait until 2020.
Yes, okay.
So I don't have the law that you have access to, but it's based on the requirements of the charter. Those requirements of the charter can also be changed by the council by local law. If it's based on state law, and there is a state law out there that limits it, then I don't have that available to me now. I can't answer that.
I was just looking for, let's say we take the 2 bites of the apple, so that we don't burden board elections, and so that we can get it on the referendum. Are we looking at like an August timeframe for a recommendation of that?
No, as soon as you give me your meets and bounds, and I have the meets and bounds, and I have the maps, I'll go back tomorrow and I'll start laying this out. Once it has been certified and you've got everything done, I change the system to include the 9/11 system, then it will become effective upon that date.
I was referring if we decided to go in August down to 5.
You wouldn't be able to do it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not going to quote you that you can't do it. I mean, you certainly can do it, but you may have some problems with lawsuits and everything else facing you because of the laws that I had talked about before. But I could get that information for you, Gabe, if you'd like. I'll look it up tomorrow again. I'll have Brian give you a call.
Thank you, Mr. Atkins. Yeah, Councilor.
But just to follow up on the process, even if we can only take one bite of the apple, and even if we can only do it in 2020, there's a lot of assumptions there, and I know there's a lot of law and case law that has to be looked at because we can change the charter that may have an impact on the one apple bite rule here, so to speak. If we had that group collectively do something by August, as Councilman Todd suggests, so that we can get something on a referendum, the referendum, can we say that local law that in 2018 we pass it this year, but next election cycle 2017 actually or 2018? Well, if that's in fact the case, you know, we do the case law part. So if you can only take the one bite, but then actually go to 2020. but set the local law in place this year so that we know long-term, that's what we're working for, that 5 council, 5 members of, reducing to 5 members. There has to be a way, I would think, for this council to be able to execute some sort of a need or, and actually, you know, through public representative to make this happen. And that's what I don't want to miss this opportunity, and that's really what I look at as an opportunity for us to have, make some decisions for the city. Second part of that, Commissioner Atkins talked about a public hearing potentially a week earlier, and is that an option in order to give more time? I think you mentioned May 18th. Commissioner, at one point.
What I was told is if you 10 days posted, so your time window, I think, is already closed. Is that correct?
It will be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we have to advertise the public hearing for 10 days. So that's why this meeting is called tonight. And we would have to start advertising tomorrow, and it would go through the 25th so that it could be voted on the 26th.
Okay, just trying to offer more time.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions, comments? Seeing none?
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
Reluctantly, yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Are there any other issues?
Motion
Counselor
to
Van
adjourn,
Buren.
Your Honor. Motion to adjourn?
Second, Counselor Walker. Please call the roll.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright. Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Todd. Counselor Walker. The motion passes 601.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks, Mike, for coming. You know that Todd got a speeding ticket for coming? Can you help him out, Gay, fix this thing for him?